Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Michaela Hudson. I did an Instagram poll the other day asking you guys if I should start vlogging and y'all said yes, so here I am. This first video I figured I would do a Q&A just so you guys can get to know me a little better. All of these questions are personal questions that y'all have asked me through Instagram, so let's get started. Hey everyone, so for the first couple of questions I have William, my wonderful husband, here, and I am looking at the screen instead of the camera, so sorry guys if I'm not making eye contact with you all.
She's new to this.
I have my wonderful husband here and we are going to answer a few questions that y'all asked us. So the first one we have here is, how many kids do you want? William, what do you always say when people ask us how many kids we want?
All the babies.
All the babies. We want all of them. We honestly do want to adopt in the near future. It's always something that both of us have always wanted to do, even before.
The story behind that is, I told her whenever we were talking about our future together before we got married or engaged, I said one of my non-negotiables is that I want to adopt a baby, and she said that that was something she had always wanted to do too, so that one worked out pretty nicely.
Yes, I agree. But honestly, like I say my max is 5, so we'll adopt 1 and then have 4.
I say 10.
And he says 10, but I don't think so. And then our next question is, where did you meet your husband? Where did you and your husband meet? We met on the Comal River in New Braunfels, Texas. Do you want to tell him the story or do you want me to?
Yeah.
You want me to tell him?
No, I tell him.
Okay, you tell him. He tells it better, so.
So it was weird. I went to the river we were supposed to go on Saturday and then we decided to go on Sunday. And it was me and my roommate, his brother, my brother, and a couple of friends of ours. We just decided wild hair, like we're going to the river this weekend, and I found out later that she had decided wild hair with her sisters and their boyfriends that they would go down to the river. And so me and my friends floated it once, and then we went back to the beginning. And we floated it again, and when we floated it again, my friends stopped on the side of the river to get beer. So me and one of the guys kept floating, and we just said, we'll stop at some point down the river and wait on y'all. So we pulled off on the side of the river after we got down a ways, and we just tied off to a root, and I was just sitting there, and I had been thinking, like, I have not seen one pretty girl today. That's pretty unusual for the river. I mean, bunch of girls in swimsuits, you'd think you'd see a good looking girl, but I hadn't yet. And I was just sitting there talking to my friend and talking to some stranger, and then she floated by and she like grabbed the root and or grabbed the tree limb that was over the water and kind of grabbed it and like pulled herself over, and we like made eye contact, and I said, "You're the most gorgeous girl I've ever seen in my life." And
I was just kind of thinking, okay, and of course, like I was like, wow, what a charming guy, whatever, but I just didn't think anything of it at the time. So I floated down a little ways.
And I didn't go after her because I don't like the creepy, I don't believe in if you try harder, girls will like you. I just think they either like you or they don't, and that's okay. So I just left it alone, and then she floated by, and my buddy next to me, he told me, "You're gonna marry that girl." And I was like, I think I'm gonna marry that girl. It was the weirdest thing. And he's like, "Well, she's staring at you, you better go after her." So I looked back after her, she was down to my right, and I looked, and she looked back at me, and she yelled at me, "Come after me."
I did.
So I started swimming, and then she says that she got out of her tube to help the dog, and there was like all this grass. It was nasty.
I was like floating in this nasty like grass that
and
was
I'm
in the
swimming
water.
in it, and I was wearing a long sleeve, like the fishing shirts from, who makes it?
Columbia.
They make like these fishing shirts that are UV, and I was wearing one that day so I wouldn't get sunburned, and all that grass and mud was like sticking to my shirt, and I was all dirty, and I got to her, and then I asked her, "What's your name?" She said, "Michaela." And I swear to you, I always say this is my favorite saying, that I felt like I was a glow stick. You know when you pop the glass in glow stick and it's like click and then it starts glowing? That's how I felt. Like somebody had popped my glass and that was it.
That was
we were
it.
soulmates from there. So I got her number, and as soon as we got out of the water, I texted her, and the first text I sent her in our whole lives said, "Marry me."
And I said yes.
She said yes, and then we hung out that night, and I told her I wanted to see her again, and
Of course,
yes.
I lived in Fort Worth, so you know he came the next weekend. met
I
my
lived in San
parents.
Antonio at the time. She lived in Fort Worth at the time, and
But I mean, my parents knew pretty much right away. His parents knew. We were engaged 28 days after we met, and then 28 days after that, we found out I was pregnant. So, no, for those of you who are wondering, it was not a shotgun
it was
wedding.
a shotgun wedding.
It was not.
I want it to be a shotgun wedding. I want everybody to think it was, because that's hilarious. That'd be cool
No.
if your dad walked me down the aisle with a shotgun.
So last and final question for William and I is, how did you choose the name of your daughter? So for those of you who don't know, our daughter's name is Evelyn Array Hudson. So I don't really know how we chose it. It just kind of popped up.
We had, okay, I didn't want to have a boy and I didn't want to have a girl. I didn't care. But we had like 20 boys' names picked out. Henry, Harvey, Walter, like all kinds of names. And then for girl names, we had one. And as you can tell by the names I just listed, we wanted like an old-fashioned name that you could see on a business card or see the President of the United States running for office. You could see Evelyn running for office. What I can't see running for office is like Chastity or Chartreuse or something, you know what I mean? And so it was we just wanted to pick a name. So Evelyn was the only girl name that we had picked out at all. We had 0 other girl names.
So when we figured out that it was a girl, you know, we're like, Evelyn, that's it. And then my middle name is Array, so we decided on Evelyn Array Hudson.
A-U-R-A-E.
So that's it. I mean, it's perfect. And she is definitely a little Evelyn for sure. The name suits her perfectly.
Yes.
But
Pooper.
yeah.
Pooper is also a fitting name for her.
Yes.
Booger butt.
Mm-hmm.
Munchkin.
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 What keeps you motivated to work out? I would say there are a few things that really motivate me to work out. For instance, like posting my workouts on Instagram, knowing that they are helping other people to stay motivated to work out, helps me personally to stay inspired and motivated to work out as well. But the number one thing that motivates me to keep working out and to keep living a healthy lifestyle is that one right there, little Evelyn. Knowing that she is watching and learning from the things that I do just helps inspire me to not only work out, but to just live a healthier, better lifestyle. What is your life goal, and if you had all the money in the world, what would you buy? So let's start with, what is your life goal? My life goal is to be a Christian woman, wife, and mother, and along the way inspire others to feel comfortable in their own skin. Which brings me to, if I had all the money in the world, what would I buy? I would buy my own gym, It is always something that I have looked into doing and have wanted to do. My goal is to just help people and women feel comfortable going to the gym, working out, and living a healthier lifestyle. Do I make my own workouts? Yes, I do make my own workouts. I do change them up all the time, but I do stay with the same routine. But just because I do post my workouts on Instagram and social media, I want to give people options on what they can do. Say it's a home workout, you can also take it to the gym. How many push-ups can you do until you can't do anymore? Instead of telling you, I will just show you so that you'll know that I'm not lying.
Why don't you just tell us 3?
That's it. Alrighty, so that concludes my Q&A. I will be doing a Q&A video monthly, so if you have any questions that you want to ask me, feel free to do so. My next video will be on mom life. This is something that I want to share with you guys because it's what I'm all about. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and it has changed my whole life, and I love it so much. So stay tuned for that. I also want to thank you guys so much for just sharing your love and support to me through Instagram, and now hopefully through here. If you like this video, please subscribe down below and stay tuned for more.